Hello, everyone. This is Victor Alter with iPersonalyze, and I also have my associate Wilma Howe. Uh, Today, we're going to talk to you about new customizable products and creating templates. And let me just say that the topic of discussion with us all the time is how difficult, frankly, it is to use graphics and how we can try to find a way to help you, help us help you to create uh, product templates yourself, how we can make it easier, how we can slice and dice our product templates, our product database of product templates, so that we can give it to you as simply as possible. So we've tried to do that with the redesign of this page. We're on the e-commerce manager product screen, and you'll note at the very top it has my store products. Uh, we let you look at your store products. These are the products that are actually already loaded in your store. You can look at these with a list view, and this is a list view. As you may imagine, it everything's in a list. Thumbnail view shows you the same products, but it shows you these products with the thumbnail. This is obviously where you can go to edit the products here. You can do the same thing on your list view, where you can resort by hitting the category button or the product name button, and you can resort this in any order you want. But you have a thumbnail view and a list view. From either one, you can get to edit the products like here, and it'll take you there so you can do what you need to do with the descriptions and so forth. So that's kind of generally how that works. But so our main deal, as everyone knows, has always been about personalization and customization. So we've loaded into the system about in this particular on this particular server, we've got about 1,000 products here that are preloaded. These are kind of the ones that we've selected out of our master database of about 3,000 products that we are fully loaded in the system. But these are about 1,000 that are best sellers that people use. We found after we loaded 3,000 products in our system that lo and behold, a lot of it was just overhead. It never got used. So we determined we were going to try to avoid that. So we had broken these down into best-selling products. Again, all the products that we have preloaded here, you can go and collect if you want to just see pewter or pet stuff, or you can go back and grab any category of product you want. Here's some monogram templates we have in there. Lots of stuff here. Office products. These are your best sellers that we are comfortable with. We also have a category here called Quick Load, and this is new stuff. It's under development, but as a producer, generally you that are digital decorators, we're building subcategories or quick load stores so that if you came in and you were just wanted to have an awards program that you were doing for somebody or see what we suggest for an awards program, you could go here and see that. We only have one product in there, but we'll build these up as time goes by. Here's a car dealer program. We put some products in there that we know that people use for those types of programs or stores. So we're trying to make this again as easy as we can for you to operate from your products and to do everything. So if you did not find, these are all the products that are loaded. You can add them quickly in several different ways you can get to them. If you don't find the product you want, or if you have your own unique product that you want to put in here, and you can sell anything here, you can first go to our master list, and here's the iPersonalyze preloaded master product list. This is where the 3,000 are. You can click on this and download a big old file and find all of those products. There's tons of them in there. However, if you want to break it down by certain product suppliers, here's Condi. Here's how you get to JDS, Coastal, Best Blanks, Johnson Plastics. We'll add Sublimation 101 in here soon. And so that's how you find a product to either put it in the system yourself or to ask us to help you. And that's kind of what we're getting down to here now, is how would you create a new template in our system? And let me say this before I turn this part over to Miss Wilma, who actually knows how to do all this, because you really don't want me to explain it. Right, Wilma? Can I get an amen on that? It's not my thing. She's not going to give me an amen, but she's there.
And nice, yeah, today.
She's nice today. But if you're going to do this, and you do need to have some background and graphics. You need to understand what a pixel is, kind of how that works. Have some basic background. If you do, typically I say, and I think it's true, that if you've got a good background in graphics, you can pick this up in an hour or so. You can always get better at it. There's about 191 at last count key functions that our system can do. So there's a lot you can do, lots and thoughts to do. So with that, Wilma, I'm going to turn that over to you, and finally just say that if you're don't have a graphics background like myself, then let somebody else do it. What I would suggest. You're up, Wilma.
Are you going to pass the presenter role?
Oh, do I have to? I guess I will. Sure.
No, you don't have to. I could just talk to your screen.
No, I'll let you have it. It'd be easier that way. All right, here it goes. You got to pick it up, so it should be coming your way. Oh, she's got control. Watch out, everybody.
Watch out. I'm trouble.
She's trouble.
Okay. As what we're talking about here is in the system, you have products in ECM, and they're all set up with certain print areas and certain image areas and certain text areas. And we have a lot of these underlying templates that set up those image areas and print areas and text areas is in what we call our gateway system. And there's two ways to log into the gateway system. One way is what we call the ACP, which gives you more options for creating new products and that sort of thing. And the other is the workflow manager, which is primarily for things like the print manager and the order manager and that sort of thing.
You okay, Wilma? Good.
Yeah, sorry, I dropped my mouse and hit my head and everything.
Okay.
We have two different login credentials usually for each of these systems right now.
What's the best one for them to go into if they're just wanting to create a new product, though, Wilma? Which one do you suggest?
Really, you get more capabilities in with the ACP system. Okay. It has the pixeler editor and will allow you to create new products as well.
Right. So if someone wants to do this, if someone has the graphics background and they can get around this, all they have to do is let us know, send us an email to support@iPersonalyze saying that you're ready to create templates. And all we're going to do is open the permissions up in our system. We're going to enable your credentials to work in that area, and you'll be able to get in. You just need to let us know. We're not going to just open it up to the world because the world doesn't need to have access, but we're certainly glad to give it to you, and more people that can design product we think is great. Go ahead, Miss Wilma.
Okay. Now, to give you a quick example, the default template we have out here for like this particular tote bag just has the front and back image as well as text, front and back text, and that's all it has out there. But I went, and for the same tote bag, I created two other templates. One is what I call a Mugshot template. And it has a preset background on there and a preset foreground image. But if you want to change that image to your own dog, for example, you can go out there and find a picture of your own dog and put him in there.
God, Wilma, you're a dog person, aren't
No.
you?
And you have the option to change that text to be what you want it to be. You know, and then in this case, I have it automatically duplicate that to the back view as well, so that whatever text and image you have on the front goes back to the back as well.
So let me make a point here with everybody, Wilma, is that products in this system are everything you see on the right-hand side there is done per product. I mean, they can be changed. So obviously on every product, you don't need everything. Sometimes on a product, you just may want them to be able to add some text. So all the other stuff on the right-hand side can go away. So, but this is where you need to understand what you're trying to accomplish with your own content, or who it is, with a company or an artist or whoever, and then build the product so that it's right. This is why it's great for you guys to do this, so you can be creative. Go ahead, Wilma. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and this allows you then, if you need to just limit your selections of fonts to a few because you don't want them to go too crazy, you can do that. You can limit what colors are available too, because if you have a preset background, you want it to look good on that background, and that sort of thing. So these are just some ideas out there that you might conceivably want to do.
Good. This is so y'all know that Chihuahua store is Wilma's store. She has a Chihuahua, and it's going to be a.
We have multiple. We have a herd of Chihuahuas in this house. Yeah.
That's cute, Wilma.
Anyway, so if for example you wanted to go in and create a new template of something like, say, a T-shirt or something you already have in your store, you want to add to your store from the preloaded. This is your store, Vic. So.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So, because mine is a distributor store. Right. So, if, for example, you wanted to do this 15-ounce mug, you could choose that and choose Add. And it's out here in your store, then under List View. You
need to save there, Wilma.
No, I hit Add. That'll do it. Oh, I had to say okay. Yeah. So now under List View, I will see this 15-ounce mug.
And everybody noticed that, well, on the other screen, you would have noticed that it was in pink. So any product that comes in that does not have a price in it is going to be kind of highlighted in a little pink. That means that it's not going to be published out there. It's not going to show up on your website. You obviously don't want products out there that don't have a price. It's either doesn't have a price, or you've hit that green button on this screen that is publish or unpublished. So you can set up a product in the system and have it unpublished until you're ready. That's really the way to do it. But so you know how that works. Go ahead, Wilma. Sorry.
There is an ID here in the system, and that's the ID for the existing template for that product over here in the gateway system. So if I wanted to see that product, I would, sorry, I did the wrong thing. I would just paste in that ID, and I would see that mug. And that way I could go in and I can look at it to see how many image areas and all that it has. But if I want to change this template, I will need to duplicate it into my own category in order to make that specific. So I would then click that plus sign and make it a minus sign on any products I wanted to duplicate. And then I would just click on duplicate. It then here tells me well, what category do you want to duplicate this into? And I am going to say I want to duplicate this into this category just for the heck of it. Okay.
Now, so I think though when they log in, Wilma, that's all they're going to see is their category. They're not going to see everybody else's.
Not necessarily. They will see some other categories we give them access to so they can duplicate templates.
Oh, I see, but they can't get it. They can read on.
But they can't edit any except their own category.
Okay, so
because otherwise they wouldn't be able to duplicate anything if they didn't see any other categories but their own.
Okay.
So anyway, now if I go over to that particular category, I will then see that product over here under standard 15-ounce mug. And this, I could then go in and click this edit button that looks like a wrench and go in and edit that.
There's lots of things you can do. So on the left-hand side there, I played around with some of that. And my eyes have already glazed over on this part. This is not my thing. But there's a lot of options you have to create a new design. Obviously, you can't use a design of somebody else's, but you know you can change things up and you can create your own design.
Once you've modified your design to be what you want it to be, you just copy your new ID that you've created over here and replace this gateway ID here with your new ID and click on Save, and you've got your new template for that mug in your store, looking the way you want it to.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool thing. You can also create totally new templates by clicking on, by going first to your category that you have access to, and then choosing Create 2D Product and create it from scratch. So I'm going to talk a little bit about creating that product from scratch. We do have a video that goes through this.
Wilma has done a great job providing another video that walks you through this, and also there's documentation that she's written that's very concise and gets to the point about how to do this.
Now, the first thing is that you have to have 2 images of your product if you're creating a new one. And they have to be 800 by 800 pixel images. One is the product image and the other is called a mask. They have to be in PNG format, and it's recommended that they be 300 DPI. There is an internal artwork editor tool that you can use to create those images, or you can use an external image editor of your choice. But this is essentially what the internal editor looks like, the Pixlr artwork editor. You go in and you can open an image. So we're going to open an image from the computer. And in this case, I'm choosing a picture of an iPhone product because those are easy to work with. And you'll notice first off that the image is not square and it needs to be 800 by 800. So the first thing we do is square the canvas size. So we go up to image canvas size to make it square without resizing the image. And we make it 1000 by 1000. So you'll notice that the image itself isn't at the edge of the image area. Yeah. But next we're going to resize the image. So we go to image size, and then change that image size to 800 by 800. And then we save that. And I usually change the name to differentiate it from the original image. So I go in and call it image at the end of it. Sometimes I'll call it 300 to indicate that it's 300 dpi. But with this image still up, we're going to move on to creating the image mask. So in the Layers dialog, click the little page icon that's there next to the trash icon in order to create a new layer. Then you go back and select the image layer where the phone is or whatever your image is. Use the wand tool to select the area you want to be customized. And so you'll select the interior of the image. Up at the top, you'll notice something called tolerance, which can be adjusted so that you get it just around the areas that you do want to be customized. Then you go back and click the empty layer in that layer dialog, and then you click your paint bucket tool in the toolbox and do a fill-in, usually in black, of the mask area. Then go back to your original image layer in the layer dialog again, and then click on the delete, the trash can icon to delete that original image area, and you're left with the mask area. Then you can choose File Save from the menu to save the mask file. And again, I usually save that with mask on the end of it, so I know that that's the mask file for the image. As I mentioned before, you can create a product by copying a product or by creating a new product. To create a new product, you have to navigate to the category where the product's going to reside. And you only have read access. You have read access to a number of categories, but you only have write access to your own. So there's a category button that allows you to view the categories, and you can either scroll through the list and put a check box next to the category you want to access, or just type in part of the name to find what you're looking for.
Wilma, would it be possible for us to set to where the categories, of course, they can find their own, but if we had a category set up for, say, a supplier of blank products, like even Coastal or Sublimation 101 or Condi, somebody, would that be possible? And do you think so they could see those, or just a thought? Maybe that would help them, I wonder.
Well, they can. I mean, I can type in Condi and I can get Condi categories coming up. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, how do they know, though, what to put in? It's only a question. Will they see them all, or we can talk about it later, but I just thought it might be a way to make it easier. They would be exposed to the categories that would have the blank products and things that they might want to put in their store without hunting around so much. We'll talk about it later, but
okay.
Thanks.
So again, in this case, we're creating a new 2D product. So we're going to create 2D product. And the minimum you should put in, you go into your basic details first. You have to fill that out first. And the minimum you should do for basic details on your product is enter the product name, a SKU, and select the supplier, which is typically, if you're a digital decorator, going to be you. And then you click Save before you move on to the next step.
Okay, so at this point, I'm going to kind of stop Miss Wilma and make the point that this is something you can do. You can be creative, and I think Millette on our team and Wilma, if you give them a product to set up, they can have it set up in 15 minutes. If you're starting to add more views, you might need another 15 minutes for it. But it does all depend on these options there on the left-hand side, how many fonts and how much time you want to spend building this product out exactly the way you want. And I think that's where the creativity, that's where the content, that's what sells, is being able to create something great. But so on this video today, this webinar, I don't want to go through uh, everything that has to be done to get this done properly. But I did want Wilma to go through her thought process and why and so forth, and kind of introduced you to the idea of what it's going to take to do this. It's not that hard if you have a background, but if you don't, it's something you can call us if you have a couple. We'll usually do a couple for folks when they come on board, but we can talk about another number if you have a lot of them. We're going to have to. It's just time. We have to charge for our time, but it'll get done one way or the other. So
it's into a large degree on the complexity of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the options you got. There's just so much that can be done. We got Bindi Text. Do you have any SKUs out there you can get to? I mean, any URLs one way you have that show maybe some of the Bindi Text on the stamps, and stuff that we've done? Can you access that and throw some of that up? I always thought those were the most impressive ones we've done. We've done some crazy stuff with this. 9 views. We've got people with 9 or 10 views on products. We got 3D, of course. 3D. Let's talk about that real quick while one was bringing that up. Is that 3D is dependent on a 3D model. There we go. And those models are expensive, and they do sometimes not work well over Wi-Fi in Starbucks. So those are used with caution, depending on where people are and what kind of access they have. Go ahead, we'll talk about this one.
Yeah, this takes a little more work to get it exactly the way you want it, but you have the ability to do Bindi Text, where you either allow your customer to adjust the bindiness of the text themselves, or you have it preset here, where you can type in information.
See, now there's an example of 5 views, I guess, right, Wilma? Or at least 5 views. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, it's actually 2 views.
2 views.
No,
okay. Okay, 2 views. All right. But one of the views
it has 3 text areas.
Okay.
In this, so in this view, so you have the middle area where you get to go,
Yeah. And that auto adjust, the feature you see there where it's coming in big and then it obviously gets smaller as you put in more content there is auto adjusting. And it's a tough feature. It's a cool feature, but it's interesting. There are limits to what you can do, how many characters you can put in, and so forth. But you see how robust this software is. I frankly think, as far as for this purpose, there's not really any software in the world that's more dynamic and has more capabilities than this system. There you go, Wilma. Type your custom message there. Oh gosh, we even got more.
And this is a secondary view.
What do you type in there?
Yeah. So you go in and say, type in your message.
I love working for Vic at iPersonalyze.
Yeah, there you go. So, you can do something like that. Again, these are 2 views, 2 print areas, and it has Bindi Text and all that good sort of thing. If we go back to an example of sorry, wrong product.
Show them a Coke. We do Coca-Cola, folks, believe it or not. Share a Coke program. You can show that in a minute. I just wanted to brag.
I know. If, for example, you want to take a look at see, that's the this, and then the pillow. Where'd my heart tote? Okay, here he goes.
Do your heart tote bag, yeah.
In this particular instance, it really has two image areas on the front. One that is a background, so you can use any pattern you want for your background. That, you know, now that I talk about it, I'm not sure this is a good idea because I don't know what pattern to use. But
I know. I hate getting into a demo and realizing that, oh, this one's not really set up for that. Wrong demo.
But let's see here real quick if I can find what I was looking for. Paul is PPPA. Paul. Here we go. So maybe what you do is you have a paw print background, for example.
That's so cute, Wilma.
And maybe you want to do a front heart image and add a picture of your Chihuahua, because you love your Chihuahuas so much.
I don't have any Chihuahuas.
Well, I'm sorry. You want one?
No. I had a Jack Russell, and her name was Girlfriend. When she left me and when she passed away, I was heartbroken. My girlfriend.
Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah.
I lost.
But
when she died, I lost 2 girlfriends in the same month. One human.
Oh,
and
no.
one canine. One human and one canine. It's a bad month. Anyway, go ahead.
But let me find one that's more in the middle there. There we go. We'll try that one. You'll notice it's automatically converted the shape of that image to a heart. That's called a masked area. And then on your text, you can then go in and put, you know, whatever.
So, Wilma, I think that's awesome, and I think we're this webinar. I want to try to keep it not too long. So let me just kind of wrap it up. So that's a great demonstration of the capabilities of this system, everyone. And so we'd love for you to go out to the YouTube channel, Wilma, if you will, please. And we'd love for you to learn to do this. We do provide free training, mainly because Wilma's done it so much. It's a no-brainer to her, but we do have videos out on YouTube that is once called Advanced Product Training out there. And I guess I'm going to have to steal my screen back from you, aren't I, in order to get to go there?
Right. I got to find iPersonalyze out there. Yeah. Do I need to get back to you? Here we go.
No, not necessarily. Go ahead and go there. You're fine. You're doing good. Yeah. So what we have, folks, we have a lot of a video out there that talks about advanced product training. Kind of goes through the same thing you've seen here with Wilma. If you haven't been out to the iPersonalyze network, go ahead and click on a video. You see we have a design tool demo. We've got Facebook marketing information now. We've got all the new videos. Just go hit the video column there, Wilma. Right? Yeah, under the name up here. Yeah, there you go. We've loaded over 20 new videos, one for each page and section of the version 7. But also out there is the information about which one is about setting up products. Wilma, where's your claim to fame here? There's a GoDaddy, how you work with GoDaddy to get your domain name linked. Overview, network overview, advanced product creation to the left there. So you'll find that. We also have clear documentation that we also, I'm going to have it loaded onto the e-commerce manager. You can just download it to help you do this. But if you need to schedule some time to go through this, send us an email to support@iPersonalyze. The whole team picks it up. We pretty much at this point are giving round the clock service, aren't we, Wilma? I know you're not. You're taking off for weeks at a time, but the rest of us, I'm just teasing. No, I love to tease Wilma. If y'all haven't gathered, we've been working together a long time, but we're available, and so but we'd love for y'all to learn how to do this. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and shut off this webinar, and I want to thank everybody. We can stay on the line though, the rest of us, and we can chat about this. So again,